Hello everyone, I'm Joel Cox with JS Detailing, and today we're going to talk all about my personal C7 Corvette. Alright, so this is my 2016 Corvette Stingray. It's just a base model, but I was looking for a new Corvette back, it was towards the end of 2016, going into 2017, and my dad had asked me if I looked at this certain dealership, Hawker Road Motors, up in Imperial, Nebraska, and I hadn't. So I found this one. It was my color. I love blue. So we ended up going and I traded off. I had a 2013 Grand Sport at the time, traded that off on this car, took him with me, and he would always brag that he got to watch me buy a brand new Corvette and he didn't have to sign anything. So that was kind of always a good memory of him, and so I'm going to keep this car forever in memory of him, always bragging about that. And so I really wanted to do something really special with it. So a couple years ago when we first started getting into paint protection film, I knew I wanted to keep the car the Laguna blue tint coat that it is, because I love that blue. That's my favorite shade of blue. I didn't want to change that. So I was kind of toying with the idea of doing matte, but I didn't want to overdo it. So essentially what we came up with was doing matte on everything that's blue, and then regular gloss PPF on all the carbon flash accents, the black on the car, everything else. And then as it took a few years to progress before we actually got the time to do it, we ended up adding a couple other things. So I added a gloss black halo in between my carbon fiber roof and the glass. We also added a light tint on the headlights. Also didn't want to go too dark, but I wanted to just kind of add a little bit of style. So really we kind of incorporated 4 different kinds of PPF between the matte, the gloss, the black, and the tint. So when we first started out, we were using a different brand of film, and we weren't happy with how the film was turning out, and we knew we needed to switch to a better film. And I had heard about STEK, kind of done some research on it, and I emailed them and heard back from Seth at STEK, and we ultimately ended up trying them out. He sent us some samples and we're really happy with the quality, and so that's why we switched to STEK or STEK. Another reason we wanted to switch to STEK was because we had seen that they offer a wide variety of films, not just between color and matte and black, but they also had, you know, patterns like carbon fiber and camo. They also offered full color films, Miami blue. So we wanted to be able to offer that option to our customers through the same company without having to run several different kinds of companies. All right, so fast forward about a year of us being open here at our Gretna location and running STEK films. We, gotten really familiar with them. We really liked them, and Seth, our rep, he checks in all the time. And I kind of told him my idea that I had for my car, and that James was going to do his car as well. And he asked if we had filled out a sponsorship for him. And I was like, well, no, I hadn't even thought about it. And so he sent one right over, and we filled all that out. And thanks to the guys at STEK, they ended up sponsoring our cars. So we got James's super low mile Corvette protected in full gloss. And then we ended up doing all the things on my car that I talked about with the matte and the black and gloss and everything on that. And I really appreciate them because, customer cars always come first. So we kind of end up putting our cars on the back burner. So we kind of had that extra push to do our own cars to showcase them. And I just want to thank STEK for doing that. So obviously whenever you're doing a full matte or color change, you want to hide all the edges because you don't want the old color showing through or the gloss showing through. So we essentially take every panel separately and customize it, oversize it, whatever we need to do to make it work so we can wrap all the edges and hide everything. So, starting up with the front bumper, obviously that took some modification. We didn't want any gloss blue showing through. Behind the marker lights, our program didn't cut that, so we had to extend all that out. So that was covered. We did gloss on the front splitter because that's carbon flash, so that's a little bit separate. We did STEK's light tint on the headlights. I want to say it's like around 50%. I could be wrong, but it's their lightest film. Did that on the headlights. Looks really good. So my Jake stripe on the hood, that's a factory stripe, and I wanted to keep that. So we ended up oversizing around that, and I ended up just hand cutting those lines so I could keep my factory Jake sticker that I've always had on the car and just kind of go around it essentially. Moving on back, the side skirts, the mirrors, A-pillars, the carbon fiber roof, all of that is in black, or I mean gloss, sorry. All of that is in gloss. And then the part between the carbon fiber roof and the glass, we did that in black PPF because it just kind of makes the color flow. Those blue, you know, blades or whatever you want to call them kind of come up over the roof, and it just makes it look a lot better. So all in all, you know, going back to the back, the spoiler, the rear diffuser, that's all gloss. But yeah, it came out, it just came out so much better. I knew it was going to look good, but you never know how good it's going to look. Obviously we ceramic coated it, so that kind of adds a little bit of a sheen to it, but it doesn't take away from the matte at all. And I think probably my favorite thing about the matte being on the car is before it was super glossy. You know, I always did really good taking care of it, not scratching it or anything like that. It always had reflection. Well, now when the light hits it, it just spreads it out. So you don't really see a reflection, but you see the light spread out, and then you can see more body lines that maybe were kind of hidden in the reflection before. And so to me, it just looks a lot more menacing, and I like it a lot. It's like getting a brand new car, even though I still have the same car. On James's car, we wanted to go kind of a little more traditional approach. It's a super low miles, super clean car, and he wanted to keep it that way. So we ended up just doing gloss film on everything. The whole car is covered, even the carbon fiber splitter, spoiler, rear diffuser, all of that. But it got the more traditional, just cover your car in clear and protect it. That way he can enjoy it while he drives it and not have to worry about messing up that super low mile paint. So whether you're looking for traditional gloss or you want to do a full customization on your car, we have the best in paint protection, and we would love to help you out. Look us up on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and even call and stop by. We'd love to help you out.